Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome if you are new here. In today's video we're going to be talking all about George's 10-month-old baby update. I cannot believe that he is 10 months old already. He's actually like 10 and a half months old by the time that I'm actually filming this. It's been a long time coming, but I wanted to update you guys on a few things. The big thing being today, actually the day that I'm filming this, George started in childcare and I was dreading this moment. Also, I was looking forward to it. Like, there was a big mixture of emotions going on. But if you saw my video that I posted on the day that he went, which was today for me, so you can tell that I'm okay about it now, but earlier this morning I was really struggling with the idea that he was going to be going into childcare. It's a whole new phase in our lives. I don't have my baby with me every day now. I start back at work really soon, so I struggled a lot this morning. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below, and yeah, check that out because that is a properly raw emotional video for me. Very like exposing and things, because I struggled a lot more than I thought I was going to struggle. It was just so emotional, like very emotional. But it is later this afternoon. It is coming up to 3 o'clock, so I'm going to go and pick him up in 2 hours. So I've had like the day to adjust and I'm feeling a lot better about it now. But yeah, that's the biggest update for George's 10-month update. However, there's loads more to update you guys on. George is just genuinely so grown up now. He's definitely not my little baby anymore. Like, he's crawling around, he's moving everywhere. He's so strong on his feet at the moment, so he's pulling up on everything. Like, he will not just sit on the floor or crawl. Like, he'll crawl to stand up on something. So he's always cruising along the sofa, on all of the furniture, like moving around, and sometimes he'll even like push far away from it and be holding on like with a tiny little bit of pressure. So he's only like leaning on it slightly, so he's so close to like standing, like freestanding, which is crazy. He's crawling properly now, which before he was just doing his little army crawl because it was like so much quicker, and I guess he didn't need to have like the strength in his legs, he just needed the arm strength, which he definitely had before. But now he's crawling along properly, and even sometimes he crawls along and he sort of like puts one foot and then one knee, one foot and then one knee. It looks like a little turtle. It's so funny. When we were at my parents' last week, he actually was crawling along on the grass outside, and then as soon as he got to like the patio bit where it was like concrete or patio, he actually like put both of his feet onto the patio so that he wouldn't scuff his knees up, which I just thought, like, how do you even know? Like, that's such a smart thing, and he's never done that before, so that was the first time that he did that. So now like he's so close to like pushing himself up and actually standing. But maybe in next month's update that's what I'll be telling you guys. But yeah, he's like really developing so quickly, and he's just so strong already. He's using his baby walker loads. He loves using that to like get around this room. He gets really angry though when he bumps into things, and he can't like push it anymore because he can't walk anymore, because that's the only time that he's been able to walk is when he's got the wheels and the little frame to like support him when he's pushing it. He does really love it. His new thing is screaming, like screaming at the top of his lungs, and it really like cuts through you. It's really intense, and he does it every time that he's annoyed or anytime he's excited. And there aren't many other emotions that George has, so the scream is real. Like, it's happening all the time. If he crashes into something, for example, with his walker, he'll scream. If he's standing up on something and he's like, I'm standing up, look at me mum, he's screaming because he's excited. Anything, honestly. In his high chair he does it. He's just screaming constantly, but like sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's annoyed. It's just a bag of mixed emotions from George, but it all translates to screaming. His sleep is okay. I would say 50% of the time he is like a golden baby, which we're used to like more 90% of the time he was like older baby, and now it's like 50% of the time we really notice the difference. So I do really feel for those that have never had like a good sleeper, or those that, you know, wake up in the night still and, you know, have to get up really early, like crack of dawn early. I'm like 50% of the way there, so I don't expect anyone to have any sympathy for me because I know that we've had it really easy until now, but it's definitely the sort of 9, 10, 11 month regression that we're going through at the moment. So 50% of the time, like I said, he is golden baby. He'll go down at 7 o'clock and wake up at 6:30, no problem. Other times, the other 50% of the time, it's a real struggle to get him down for nap time, but mostly in the evenings. Like, he's so tired and he's maybe overtired. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's the transition between 3 and 2 naps. Like, he used to have 3 naps a day, now he only has 2. So potentially it's that, where he's just overtired. But also I think because of all the new developmental things that he's going through, like the fact that he's putting up, the fact that he can walk with his walker and sort of sit up and crawl along and do all of these things, all of those things are going in his brain constantly, that he just cannot sleep, and all he wants to do is test out his new skills, get on that cot and like rattle all the bars and stuff and just start screaming again. Yeah, so I would say on a bad day, like it gets to 9 PM and he's still up, really tired, really angry, but he won't sleep. And then when he eventually does go to sleep, he doesn't stay asleep for very long. So he'll either get up at 11 PM or he'll get up at 3 AM, or both. So yeah, sometimes that's a struggle, and then he's back up at 6. That's a really bad day, and I know that's not even that bad really, like in the grand scheme of things, but it's just like, I know he's in distress, I'm in distress. Like, it is just one of those things that's really difficult, and I don't really have like a magic solution as to how to help him. Sometimes I think it's the heat, so I try and like get him just in his nappy, maybe give him like a cold cloth or something if there's no breeze. Sometimes it's not the heat at all. He's definitely full up because he's had all of his dinner, all of his bottle, all that kind of stuff. I just think sometimes his brain's working on overload, that he just needs to calm down. So what I'm trying to do is extend our like bedtime routine a little bit. Normally it's just bath, into a dark room, change nappy and into PJs if he's wearing them, and sort of just rock him like slightly and then pop him down when he's awake, and then leave the room. And if you get to the door and he's not screaming, you're golden. However, that has just not been happening recently. Like I said, sometimes he is really good and he's just tired, and he's the perfect amount of tired, he's not overtired or anything, and you give him a bath, get into the bedroom, do the nappy, do the nighttime routine, and maybe sometimes put a little bit of lotion on him and stuff like that just to calm him down. And then I'll rock him a little bit, I'll maybe read him a book or like talk to him a little bit, but in a really dimly lit room or a dark room, and then eventually put him down and like vacate the room whilst he's still awake. And if you get to the room, close the door, and he hasn't screamed, you're pretty much good to go. So like I said, it is just really 50-50 with his sleep at the moment. I have actually just had a text from the childminder. It's his first day today, and she's just put that he's having really massive trouble with his afternoon nap, and he's only slept for 10 minutes. Normally his afternoon nap is at least an hour and a half. So yeah, I mean, she's going through it just as much as I am. I feel like it is what it is. It might just be that tonight when he comes home at 5 o'clock, he'll just have to have dinner, bottle, bed, like straight away, which I don't really want because I haven't seen him all day. So I really want to spend some time with him, play with him, things like that. But if he's really tired, the best thing is probably just to get him down to sleep as soon as possible. He is eating really well recently actually, so he's still having 3 meals a day plus a snack, and maybe a couple of snacks actually sometimes, because he is quite a hungry baby. He's having 3 bottles still, which I'm hoping to cut down. He's having 1 first thing in the morning before breakfast, 1 either before or after lunch. That one's a little bit smaller. The first one's 6 ounces, the lunchtime one is 5 ounces, and then the dinner time one is 6 ounces as well. I am trying to cut down on the lunchtime one, but I just don't know when the right time is. He has been teething loads, really loads, like, and I guess that probably hasn't helped with his sleep either, but he's now got 3 teeth at the top and 2 bottom teeth as well. He's also got another one coming through at the top, so in a couple of weeks I would say he'll definitely have 4 at the top and 2 at the bottom, which is crazy. So yeah, when he laughs or you see him smile or anything, you do see like a load of little teeth, which is so adorable. When he's struggling with teething, I tend to try like the teething powder straight away. So I use the teething powder or the Ashton and Parsons teething powder. If you're looking for tips for teething specifically, I've got a whole video about the best teething tips and the best teething like products that I've ever used, and I actually did that when George was teething like for the first ever time, and all of those things are the same things that we use now. I do also use Calpol occasionally if his temperature's up and stuff like that, but yeah, he always gets through it. He's not too bad with teething, but obviously in the summer if his temperature's up as well, like it's just something you don't really want to risk. So yeah, Calpol and baby Nurofen are like golden stuff for me. When it comes to bath time, George is very active active in the water, and I do struggle with it a little bit because he's like very strong. You can't let go of him for a second before he's like thrashing around, trying to stand up, pulling himself up on the sides, and he has a couple of times hit his head, not very hard, and he hasn't like really cried. It's just been like a little bit, oh, that's annoying. But he is a bit of a troublemaker in the bath, but he does really, really like it. He loves water so much. He's splashing around all the time. I have actually got these little toy cogs on the side that does keep him entertained for a little bit. If you move one of the cogs, all of the cogs go, and I will link that down below because I think that's actually a really good distraction technique for when you're like washing their hair and stuff. His favourite toys are by far his baby walker that he absolutely loves walking around the house in, and his VTech activity table that he's obsessed with. It plays loads of tunes. I know the songs off by heart now, and yeah, he does really, really love that. He also loves toys that aren't toys, so all of the things that he's not allowed, like doors, he always slams his fingers indoors. I mean, not like really loads and loads, but it obviously hurts him. Anything that's a cupboard, any door that opens, any baby gate, he's right there straight away crawling over and straight there to like move the door. He just finds that like the most fun thing on this planet. He loves plugs, wires, anything that he hasn't seen before he's obsessed with, and the things he hasn't seen before are generally the things that we don't want him to touch. Anything like shoes, slippers, anything that's like slightly might have like bacteria on it or might hurt him, that's for George apparently. Funnily enough, he is like the most sociable baby. Like, he doesn't mind going to anyone. He loves the attention that from anyone that will give it to him. He's always smiling at like strangers and stuff as well, so that's really lovely. But weirdly enough, he doesn't like being held much, not even like, not because it's strangers, just by me as well. Like he likes being held if he's being comforted, but generally like during the day he doesn't like being held at all. He's always trying to like wiggle out and trying to escape so that he can be on the floor and start moving around again, because that's just what he wants. He wants his independence. He wants to like crawl around and do his thing and hurt himself occasionally. He's also climbing up the stairs. He learnt this at my parents' house because they didn't have a baby gate, so yeah, he's really, really crawling up the stairs. So I've been like following up the stairs like behind him so I can catch him if he does fall, but he's really good at it. Like, he's so quick. I timed him on my parents' stairs. It took him 45 seconds or just under 45 seconds to get from the top to the bottom, which is mad. So yeah, he's really, really into climbing, and I just know that the next thing he's been climbing on is all of this furniture in here, the sofa, falling off of it. That's all that's going through my head. Is just, he's just gonna be, the more mobile he gets, the more bumps there's gonna be. But generally, George is a really, really happy baby. Like I said, he's having trouble with sleep and things like that, but generally he's so happy. As long as he's well fed, watered and entertained, he is like golden baby. Like, he really is, and I'm so lucky. I'm so grateful for that little one. I really am, and I really miss him right now. Like I said, it's just coming up to like 3:10 and I'm like counting down the minutes that I can go and see him. So yeah, childcare, whole thing, like I said, I'm getting there with the adapting to it, but it's just one of them things. It's a massive, massive change for both of us that I'm sure we'll adapt to it in time. But yeah, that is everything for George's 10-month update. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Bye!
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.